What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Nano. Now, I always liked Nano, and actually in 2017, Nano was actually one of my most profitable investments in the crypto space, that and Neo. But Nano for me is, you'll see by the title, is one that I don't believe long term is going to be particularly profitable. It's a medium of exchange. And that's really it. And it is integrated, to be fair, with some merchants. So we'll take a look at that, and I'll take a look at sort of what potentially it could do. But I'm quite bearish on this because I don't believe it's the most astute way of doing a medium of exchange. I think there are better ways, and I'll talk about them in this video as well. Also, the DeFi system is changing, guys. It now looks like liquid staking is pretty much is beginning to take over as the sort of biggest thing within DeFi. So take a look at sort of a recent article about this and what it means for the space and what it means for particular cryptos moving forward. Before I get into any of that though, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're also the first 26 coins I owned when I made this channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released videos about them, and you never sold them, you rode them into a recession, you rode them into a bear cycle, if you sold them today, you would still, doing everything wrong, be able to bank around 16 grand in profit from a $2,600 investment. That is not bad, doing everything wrong. But if you just sold these coins in 2021 like I did when the markets were red hot, $100 into each, a $2,600 investment could have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Huge difference, obviously, between doing the right and the wrong thing. Now, as I said, I sold all these off. They're not what I own. But if you want to see the coins that I own that are in my portfolio, you just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy or sell any crypto. Videos are released every day talking about the markets, and we've had pinpoint accuracy on the market moves for months and months and months now. You know, calling the exact move of Bitcoin so often. We have tutorials as well. If you are a crypto beginner, these are perfect for you. They're exactly what you need to get started. They show you, how to begin your crypto journey. And then on top of that, guys, we've called big winners on the site. None more so than Phantom. Phantom went up 670 times from when I called it the best investment of the bull cycle. Had you put in 2 grand into Phantom when I did the course that I created, and you sold when it hit its high, you could have netted 1.3 million from 2 grand investment. Now, I will find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm not going to create a course like I did last time. I'm simply going to go onto my site and tell the members about the coin, the gains it can have, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want to copy along, they can. If that sounds good to you, finding the next big winner without doing 10,000 hours of research, go read the site now, and maybe I'll see you there. So, Nano. On tons of people's watch lists, this was a beast back in the day. Like, in 2017, this ran up so hard. There was a point where it was, a fraction of a cent. Like, it was down at like 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. Ended up running up to like $36. I don't think that's quite right. I think its all-time high was around $36. Just absolutely kicked ass in 2017. And then in the previous bull cycle we've just had, only went up to around about $12 or $11. So really sort of on a downtrend. Like, there can be no arguments there. The long-term chart is a downtrend. Now, Nano is billed as digital money for the modern world. The whole premise is that it's easy to facilitate secure, basically instant payments without any fees. And it addresses pretty much, those major limitations within both a legacy financial infrastructure as well as modern day cryptos. Now, they did rebrand and become XNO as opposed to as the ticker rather than Nano. Part of this was to comply with the globally recognized standards of the International Organization for Standardization, which requires when you are moving money across continents that you have an X at the beginning of your ticker. Now, Nano is very energy efficient, very easy to use. It is very much the sort of PayPal of crypto. That's the kind of way I would present it in terms of it's very easy to move around. Like I say, it's free to move. And, you know, really simple. The problem I've got is it's a fluctuating currency. And that's a big problem for me. You know, we see, excuse me, we see within crypto moving money around has become easier and easier and easier. And the merchants that are going to take this have to believe in Nano long term. I mean, they have to. And you can see that there's a number of different places that are taking Nano as a payment solution, but it's just so few and far between. There's nothing, none of these merchants are big name merchants. Just none of them. And that's a big problem. And look, from a business perspective, most people that run a business do not want to take payments in a currency that's going to fluctuate, particularly when we're in this day and age of stable coins. You know, you could send, like, it makes total sense that a merchant may want to take crypto payments, but why wouldn't a business want to take USDC, USDT, or BUSD, or Bitcoin or Ethereum, like two of the biggest that are in a massive long-term uptrend that people fundamentally believe in within the crypto space? Nano isn't that. And it hasn't been that for a while. This is, for me, the sort of problem for Nano is I think, look, it's outstanding. In terms of sending money around, I've used Nano, you know, plenty of times. I've used Nano in the past year. I've used Nano in the past 6 months to send money to, you know, friends or family. Like it's Nano's outstanding, but it's hugely limited. Its limitations are that it is simply a medium of exchange. That's its fundamental limitations. And when we look at like how it defines itself, yes, it's a DAG, and you know, I'm hugely bullish on DAG networks in general, like Phantom's DAG network. But it isn't a store of value. It just isn't anymore. And maybe it can do something in the next bull cycle, but that is a long-term downtrend. You know, you're looking at a third, like this recent time, it was a third of the price that it was in its first bull cycle. So if it does that again, it's only going to about $4. Now, fundamentally, I think Nano's going to lose people money, and not necessarily because Nano long term is going to die or anything, but I think it's going to lose people money because there are so many better investments within crypto. And Nano's is an OG of crypto, so it'll be fine. But gains are not there for Nano in the same way that they were, unless something massive happens. For Nano to have massive gains, Nano is going to have to onboard Amazon, that sort of company. Yes, so this is the sort of situation, guys, is look, you know, maybe they onboard some huge companies. Now, I'm obviously not Amazon, I'm being hyperbolic, but, you know, maybe they onboard some big companies that will take Nano. And that would be a game changer. You know, say they got BMW, just picking a company out off the top of my head. If they got BMW, Nano could easily rock it. But fundamentally, they've got 65 merchants. They've been up and running since 2016, 2017. Not enough people are enticed by this. And why are they not enticed? Because it's a fluctuating currency. It's also in a downtrend long term. They have got some gaming stuff now around Nano. So maybe that's going to help. You know, and this has grown a little bit over the past year. So that's starting to look a bit more positive, the gaming section of Nano. But all in, I just feel it's too limited for growth unless a big name merchant's on board. So when I look at it, I go, maybe it'll hit $4, but I just look at it and I go, fundamentally, might even hit 8 or 10. I don't think, but I think it becomes less and less likely. You know, when we see like 2021, there was a lot of volume around that sort of $7.50 region, that was clearly sort of a point. That's going to clearly be a point of resistance now. And then, even when we look further down, $5 is clearly going to be a point of resistance that Nano has to break through in the long term. But for the growth, for their success, the only way I can see Nano having massive success would be onboarding either huge companies or developing this into a fully fledged sort of gamify, DeFi ecosystem, which is not the intention of the team. It would be a big pivot from them if they were going to do it. I think it boils down to they need big name people, big name companies accepting them as payments. And if that happens, game changer. Or if, a PayPal introduced Nano, something where the masses use it, then maybe it's a big change. But otherwise for me, it's long-term downtrend, and there's not enough excitement around it as a payment method. So I don't think there's long-term benefits to investing in this when there are so many good cryptos out there that have more utility or are going to be more readily used. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos are going to make you money. They'll save you money because you might have gone into Nano. And look, another reason to do it, karma's a real thing. So if you click the subscribe button, you've done a nice thing, your karma points go up, you'll benefit in life. Trust me. Now, before I get into the news about liquid staking, if you guys want to see my portfolio, go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my entire portfolio. I release videos every day talking about the markets. We've had pinpoint accuracy on them for months and months and months now. We also have tutorials that are set up. If you are a crypto beginner, these are exactly what you need to get started. They show you how to get started on exchanges and everything else. They're exactly what's required when you're at the beginning of crypto investing. We've also called big winners on the site. We've called massive, massive wins, and Phantom leads the way in that with 677 times gain. $2,000 into Phantom when I did the course would have netted you a profit of 1.3 million if you'd cashed out at the right time. Hell, even now it would still make you over 200 grand. Because Phantom's still up about 100 times from when I did the course. I will find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm not going to create a course. I'm simply going to go onto my site and do what I do with all my investments, which is tell the members about the investment, the gains I think it can have and why, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want to copy along, they can. If that interests you, finding the next big winner without having to do 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 hours of research, go read the site now. And remember that everything you read, you can verify on this channel's history. And maybe I'll see you there, guys. Now, liquid staking. Liquid staking is replacing DeFi lending as the second largest crypto sector. Liquid staking now has $14 billion in total value locked. Staggering. Trailing just deposits at decentralized exchanges. That's the only thing it's trailing. Absolutely rocketed up. And obviously this has been a big pivot. This is what's happened since the Ethereum upgrade. And we've seen this galvanize the liquid staking sector. So liquid staking is the best performing crypto sector this year, with growth in total value locked approaching 60%. It will innovate the current space by allowing for healthy competition between liquid staking solutions. It will strengthen Ethereum's position by providing yield from staking and unstaking. And it will give users the security of maintaining sovereignty over their own assets, which is a nice change, which is something that everyone should aspire to, considering all the crap that's happened on centralized exchanges in the past 2 years. Celsius, Voyager, BlockFi, friggin' FTX, all of these wrecked people because you're not in control of your own assets. But on DeFi, you are in control of your own assets, which is why I'm certain DeFi is going to have a really strong wave in the next bull cycle. And clearly, liquid staking is at the forefront of that. I actually spoke about liquid staking yesterday when I was talking about Mosquito Finance. That's one thing I'm really excited about with them, is they're going to introduce that for Aptos. Now, Lido has obviously been, I think, the biggest beneficiary of like the Ethereum proof of work, proof of stake move. More than 16.5 million Ethereum has been staked since December of 2020. 42% has been locked through liquid staking protocols like LIDA. In fact, mainly LIDA. And the benefit is you receive a derivative token such as like a staked Ethereum, and then that can be utilized within wider DeFi protocols, and you can earn additional yield. So it's a way of earning upon earning upon earning. And fundamentally, long term, I'm very, very bullish on the liquid staking. I think it's a nice, innovative way to not only secure your funds, earn, but earn once again. And I would not be surprised to see liquid staking take over and get that #1 spot, even if it's just for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. I think it's fairly inevitable. And I think actually the longer the bear cycle goes on, the more likely liquid staking is going to continue to rise, because you've got to try, because everyone's trying to earn extra yields while the market's flat. So yeah, DeFi gonna, but I firmly believe DeFi is set for a massive, massive wave in the next bull cycle. But what do you guys think? Do you think DeFi is going to be the biggest one? Do you think AI? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.